Come tryer, and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 20th episode of Season 1 of Stargate SG1 called There But For The Grace of God. You can check out the full reaction for this video on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Just before I start, just wanted to say something. I tend to ask a lot of questions during my videos. It's just my style of watching a show, but they're all pretty much rhetorical. I don't expect an answer, specifically in the comments. Answers will hopefully come in future episodes, and I pick up on those. I think I've shown that in the videos I've done so far. Or I'll just be using my imagination. So, as always, please only make comments on this and previous videos, not future ones. Really appreciate it, and hopefully that makes a better video for you guys as well, when I'm more surprised about what happens. So, last time we saw the team arrive in what looked like a factory complex of some kind, and they were all promptly rendered unconscious. They all awoke feeling well, just as a being called Harlan appeared, claiming he had made them all better. They decided to return home, but Harlan kept saying it was not a good idea to do so, and that they would be back soon. Receiving a medical checkup on their return, they discovered that they were now robots, and they were all confined, as you do. After a while, they all started to feel faint and collapsed. They realised they needed to go back to the planet, and when they did, they felt better due to the power source charging them there. Harlan explained that they had been a dying race, so they transferred their consciousnesses into robot bodies so that they could continue. He did the same process to them so that they would feel better as well. Critical repairs needed to be made to their location, so they all helped out, showing signs of increased strength and mental ability. They eventually discovered that their consciousnesses, which is hard to say, had not been transferred but copied, and their original bodies and minds were still okay. The robot versions realised that they could not return to Earth, so remained on the planet with Harlan, but they were going to bury the Stargate for security reasons. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. I always like the way they light it up as well, because you've got a dark place, but you do get a bit of a glow from the event horizon of the Stargate.
Good morning, campers.
Oh, I could tell they were in a building again from the sound it made, the echo. It's so well done, the detail at that. It looks like the kind of factory that they were in last time.
It appears to have been done by Goa'uld weaponry.
Okay,
Do
that's
not believe
good.
this battle took place recently.
Better.
Whoa.
What?
You ever seen anything like this before?
What is it?
We must return to Earth as quickly as possible.
That's a yes.
Loosely translated, it means turn back.
Does it elaborate?
That's all you need to know.
This place is not safe.
Turn back. That pretty much is all you need to know.
I think this is a lab.
We're out of here. What? Daniel, I don't want to hear it. Let's go.
No, you could have quickly said, there's danger here, we need to leave. I know Jack's kind of used to giving an order and it being followed, but Daniel's not in the military. Oh, he's going to take stuff. Well, that's obviously going to be bad. What's he going to take? So was him touching that thing he had in his hand, was that like a remote control or activated this? I'm guessing that's not good.
Jack?
I'm assuming.
Oh, I really hate it when this happens.
Well, maybe you should start listening to what Jack says. I don't agree with everything Jack does, but if he's saying immediately he needs to leave, there's going to be a reason. So yeah, I was about to say he's going to dial Earth. That would be the natural thing to do. And I'm assuming that was the Earth address. Nope.
Identify yourself.
Oh.
General, what's this all about?
General, you see stars anywhere on my uniform?
Colonel.
Who the hell are you?
Okay. So, I'm thinking alternate timeline. It's in his imagination. Something's been put into his head. I can't think of any other options. It's in his mind, or it's an alternate timeline. Or alternate reality. Yeah. When he said, "Oh, I hate it when this happens," it's because you don't listen.
I need to see Jack O'Neill.
They don't recognise him at all.
I need to see Colonel O'Neill.
You mean General O'Neill?
Ugh. So, the program started because of Daniel, General O'Neill. So they switched ranks. And he's not locked. I suppose he's not locked up. The door won't be locked. Okay, but he's not in a cell. He's in a bunk room. Mind you, SG1 weren't locked up when they were robots. Last episode they were in a room. So maybe they haven't got a cell as such on base. Probably could do with one. Oh, it's
Catherine.
Catherine.
You don't know me?
Dr. Daniel Jackson, linguist, ancient Egyptian historian, better known for some of your more radical ideas.
So why wouldn't she recognise him? Even if they hadn't met, from what she just read out then, is what he was doing before, what he, how he got involved in the Stargate in our reality or whatever. She would still know who he is because they're in the same kind of areas, technical area. Do you know what I mean? The same sort of, they move in the same sort of circles. So even though they might not have met, she would still possibly know who he is.
You've never been in this facility until now.
I figured out how to work the Stargate.
So what happened here? Offset, it's not what happened.
And unless the last 2 years have been some wacky dream, I am a member of SG1.
Well, all this is.
I supervised the team that translated the cartouche found at Giza. We referenced your work occasionally.
Right, so she does know who he is.
I asked you to join us. You said no.
Oh, she has met him.
Samantha Carter?
Yes!
She's not in the military. She's a doctor. PhD astrophysics.
I mean, Dr. Langford, no, this doesn't make any sense.
So much is different.
You are supposed to be at home living happily ever after with Ernest.
But that's the same, by the looks of it. That struck a nerve.
I mean, not completely different. I mean, you're still you. Sort of.
Is he? If we've spoken to him for a couple of seconds?
What can you tell me about the Goulds?
You know everything that I know.
Well, obviously not. Things are different.
Where's Teal'c?
He's obviously never been involved.
Get this man out of here, now.
So that implies the first mission didn't happen.
According to Dr. Langford, you saw the gate without me. Did you still go to Abydos with the intention of blowing up a nuclear device?
That looks like a yes.
You were willing to commit suicide because your son had recently died. He shot himself with your gun.
But because Daniel wasn't involved in the Stargate program, he wasn't involved in the Abydos mission. He, when then the Gould came through the Stargate in the pilot episode, they didn't go to see Daniel, which means they didn't meet Teal'c. So that's never happened. So there are some of the little differences, such as Daniel not being involved, has created a completely different, or a series of events. Sam not joining the military, that's an odd one. That implies that, I mean, that happened a long time ago, so that's a decision that was made. So it's not just all around Daniel. It does seem to be lots of changes.
So did you still go to Chulak?
What is Chulak?
The Jaffa homeworld.
You know the symbols?
Yes.
Again, that's a no, they didn't go to Chulak.
Sam!
Oh, I didn't recognise her with long hair.
We've lost Washington and Philadelphia, sir.
They said they're in the middle of something, so something's going on. Literally, what do they mean? They've lost.
Red dots. It's a destroyed city.
Destroyed.
All military efforts to engage the alien ships have proven inconsequential.
Alien ships.
they have slowly begun systematically annihilating all signs of civilization. Thus far, they have left no survivors.
Well, unfortunately, that red blob that was over the UK, I'm pretty sure I was included in that, so, not good.
There was this mirror, like a slab of rock. Could have been made of naquita, the gate element, I don't know. Jack called me, said we were leaving. I touched the mirror.
Not sure I'd be trusting him, though, if I were them. He turns up when all this is happening. Bit suspect.
Maybe this is what controls it.
When I touched the mirror, there was this surge.
So it's like a mirror universe kind of thing.
What the hell are they doing down there?
Sir, isn't our mission to get the Genesis list through to the beta site?
Genesis list.
We're evacuating everyone we can to another planet. World leaders, scientists.
Okay. Well, yeah, I suppose like an emergency bunker, rather than put them into a bunker on Earth, buried somewhere where they can't get hurt. Send them to another planet. That's not a bad idea, but does that mean that the Stargate program's known about now on this Earth? If the aliens are obviously attacking, people are going to know there's alien life. I suppose there's not much point keeping it quiet.
A nuclear weapon to Chulak?
Lots to think about with this one. And again, all rhetorical.
Send the bomb.
It doesn't really do anything, though. That's just revenge. It doesn't help them.
You know that there are innocent human beings on most of the Gould planets, don't you?
Unless this man has more information we can use, I don't want to see him again.
I'm surprised they've kept him around as long as they have. Is it going to be as simple as go back to that planet they was on and touch the mirror again and he gets back?
Scientists have theorized that there are an infinite number of dimensions, each containing a different possible version of reality.
Well, it sounds like I theoretically, possibly, actually found one.
Yeah, was that... If there's infinite realities, does that mirror just take you to one? Unless the device can change them.
And some are almost identical.
That has to be what this is.
So can he return to his own reality? Or are there millions or infinite number of possibilities?
He found a mirror.
All this started to happen after I touched it.
He's effectively a prisoner, and he's just been allowed to access their systems. This is why they wouldn't trust him or allow him to be there. It's ridiculous. He could be a spy for the Gould or something.
President's plane is 10 minutes from Peterson Air Force Base.
Well, yeah, I mean, our planes aren't gonna... Oh, Air Force One. Oh. I mean, yeah, our planes aren't gonna be able to stop theirs.
The enemy ships have the firepower to reach us even this far underground.
We're stuck here as long as the gate's under attack.
Oh, they can't dial out if someone's dialing in. And now no people can get into the base.
It's not gonna fire.
What?
What's it going to do? Oh, land. Want to send troops in? Can it support that ship, that size?
Surveillance cameras outside the main tunnel entrance show Jaffa assembling what appears to be a weapon. Looks like they're coming in the front door, sir.
So they're going to try and take the Stargate. Makes sense.
I want all non-essential personnel through the gate to the beta site ASAP. Dr. Langford, that includes you and our guest.
Sir, the Goulds have been keeping a wormhole established from off-world.
I wouldn't send him. Again, you don't know who he is. As far as they're concerned, they don't know who this Daniel is. So why would you send him to the beta site, which is their basically emergency backup bunker? That's a risk to send him there. I wouldn't.
Unless we get another window of opportunity to open the gate from here, we're all stuck. We can only keep a wormhole established for about a half hour.
Okay. So you can actually hold it open for 30 minutes. What, so they have to be quick. Once the Stargate connection goes, they have to dial quickly. And then, obviously, once they do connect, they can hold that open for as long as 30 minutes to get everyone out.
Where did this come from?
It's a deep space transmission our receivers picked up about 3 months ago.
The transmission originated from the same quadrant of space as P3R233.
Where your mirror is.
We went to 233 after we received the transmission, but the civilization had been destroyed by the Goulds. We didn't find any mirror, though.
But it must have been a mirror, because he you must need a mirror on both sides, I'd have thought, to pass through.
It just says they come from, but the sentence isn't complete. There's just more sounds, pulses, or beats of some kind.
The numbers, coordinates.
16, 8, 10, and 12.
Well, give me spatial coordinates.
That's 6 numbers.
Oh, Stargate address.
Beware the destroyers. They come from 3, 32, 16, 8, 10, and 12.
But what are the numbers? Which symbols do they link to?
They must have assigned a number to each symbol on the Stargate.
Yeah, but you don't know what they are.
But that symbol may not even be on our Stargate.
Except I have the alien gate on tape.
Oh, we recorded it.
The gate is off.
So they are the dial-in.
We're dialing the gate for the beta site.
Well, they already are. I could hear it.
Dialing before the ghouls can reestablish a wormhole, we'll be able to get out of here.
Yep, makes sense.
Can they dial in here once we started dialing out?
Yes, we have to get the 7th chevron locked in order to stop an incoming wormhole.
Okay. So they're literally a race against time. They're both trying to dial. They're trying to dial in, they're trying to dial out. The Earth system seems slower, though, because when they're on the planets, they just touch the symbols, and it seems to connect very quickly.
Chevron 5 encoded.
They don't go through this entire process when they're on other planets.
No!
Off-hold activation.
And they dial immediately, so yeah, Earth's slower to dial.
How long will the ghoul keep the wormhole active?
It looks like they can keep one established from off-world for 38 minutes.
So it's more efficient to keep a Stargate open normally, because the Earth Stargate is using a different power system. We're not as efficient, so we can't keep it open for so long. Not much difference, though. 8 minutes-ish. Had to be. So, is this brutal Teal'c, or is this Teal'c who's still got a bit of humanity in him and wants to stop the Gould?
She seems to think we've been handed the address to a ghoul homeworld, possibly where this attack originated.
We'll send a bomb through.
Why? What's the point? It's not going to help you.
Yeah, we probably only have one shot at dialing out.
Oh, well, Daniel needs to go back to that planet, so they need to send him back.
We are actually looking at ourselves in a parallel universe.
That's 2 episodes in a row that we've had duplicates of them. Different kind of duplicates, but that's a bit weird.
It's supposed to be theoretical.
Theory proved.
If this address really does lead to the Gould world where this attack originated, and I can get this information back to my world, then maybe I can stop this before it starts there.
Ooh.
You want us to give up what might be our last chance to strike back at the Gould so we can save ourselves in a
Alternate reality.
Oh, that is a tough decision that I don't think they would make. Yeah, he's basically saying sacrifice yourselves for an alternate reality version of yourselves. That's a tough decision. So Daniel thinks that the same thing's going to happen on his Earth, our Earth, normal Earth. And with that address, they can kind of get a head start on things. So yeah, he needs to get sent. He's obviously is going to get sent back. They're going to use their one chance to dial out to send him to that planet, so he can. I assume he's just going to need to touch that mirror again, and he'll get flipped back to his own reality. But yeah, asking them to sacrifice everything. And he's a complete stranger. They still can't really trust him. They don't know him or completely can believe what he's saying, especially under the pressure they're under at the moment.
Now I have a chance to keep this from happening to the Earth that I come from if you help me.
I don't think they would. Not sure I would.
Well, maybe we can buy some time. How? Not how. Who?
Teal'c. So he's hoping that Teal'c still is against the Gould, really. Oh, okay. Ponytail.
Jack O'Neill convinced Teal'c to betray Apophis to save our lives.
Yeah, but it's an alternate reality. Things could be different.
Keep in mind, we just sent a bomb off to his planet. There might not be anything left for him to save.
He probably doesn't know that yet, though. Unless the Goulds told them, the Jafar, to rile them up.
Look, if you don't want to help me, I understand. It's your lives.
Yeah.
It's your world.
At least he's acknowledged that.
All I really have to do is buy a little time.
He's going to do it.
Do you really think he's right about this, Jaffa?
was right about my son.
Yeah, but that's just information that could have been found out in different ways. She's not in the military?
I take it they're not engaged in your reality.
Oh. That's giving him something to think about.
Your efforts and your dedication have always made me proud to serve with all of you.
So they're sending things through the Stargate. There's the impacts. Oh, that's a hell of a gun. It's like a big version of their staff weapons.
Surrender.
I'd have thought they'd have shot him, to be honest, still.
General Jack O'Neill, commander of this base.
Big prize.
You're Teal'c, right?
He looks so weird with hair like that. Wonder where you get that.
Okay, I've got the dial-in time down another 5 seconds.
5 seconds. They got to the 5th symbol.
We should set the base auto-destruct sequence to go off 2 minutes past the estimated window of opportunity for us to open the Stargate.
Unfortunately, that makes sense.
Destruct sequence activated.
That must be a horrible thing to set the self-destruct sequence, knowing that basically you're killing yourself.
Well then, how did this Daniel guy know your name?
Again, why would he believe them? Why would he trust the video?
Lies.
Yeah.
I know this sounds insane,
Yeah.
but you have a chance to change things in his world.
Yeah, it was Jack who persuaded him last time.
This guy Daniel says the Teal'c in his world is a good man. Betrayed the Gould for a chance to free his people.
Well, don't say that with all his soldiers around. I mean, the soldiers might kill
We received word
Teal'c.
from my home world.
I think he's a
You sent a
traitor.
weapon of destruction there through your Stargate.
So he does know.
My family are dead.
Oh. It is a huge staff weapon. Ooh.
Wait a second. If that device you brought is a remote control to the mirror, then you may need it.
Go ahead, I'll get it.
Oh, that makes more sense. Rather than dial in Daniel's, that planet that Daniel needs to go to, if they all go to the beta site and then he can dial from there, that actually makes a lot more sense because they kill 2 birds with 1 stone then. I'm assuming he just shot Jack because they bombed the planet. That's the difference now. Yeah, his family are all dead. It's all about revenge. But that weapon was pretty big. I mean, that would have blown into pieces.
You helped reunite me with Ernest in the other world. I guess in the grand scheme of things, we're even.
Very grand scheme of things. Just, I love you. Out in the open. Just stay behind things. Ooh. Nice effect, though.
This is a remote control to an interdimensional portal. I can tell Apophis how to find it.
I'm assuming she's trying to buy time?
I also wish to blow us all to hell.
Yeah.
Time's up!
She took them all with her. What about the device, though? I'm assuming it's all automatic now. Little bit quicker.
1 minute.
All down to the last minute. Why aren't you shooting? Oh. Ooh.
Auto-destruct in 10 seconds. 9.
Haha. Surprise.
1.
Oh. And the gates were still connected. Is anything going to come Okay. Nothing came through the Stargate. I was wondering if there's going to be some sort of explosion or something come through it. So that looks like it sent him back.
What the hell is this?
It appears to have been caused by a staff weapon.
Yeah, you'd recognise it. That's the address of the attack.
They're coming.
He's got a lot of explaining to do. Oh, good episode. I'm assuming it's kind of... what are we on? Episode 20. Can't remember how many episodes there are. 22? 24? Oh, I can't remember. I'm assuming it's setting up last couple of episodes. So I'm assuming that attack is coming, but they've now got the chance to stop it. Is that his reality? I mean, we're assuming it is, but like I said, there's infinite. The theory is that there are infinite numbers of different realities. In one reality, you choose to go left. In another one, you choose to go right, and all the changes that would come from that. So I'm assuming that mirror was set to one reality and it returned him to his own. Maybe that device allows you to change the realities you go to, but he didn't have the device. I'm assuming it was just set to those two realities. Don't quite understand why Teal'c had that look at the end when he looked at Daniel and he hesitated. I suppose Jack explained to him everything because in that reality Jack was the one who sent the bomb through. He was the commander. He took his revenge on him. Teal'c was blinded by revenge, but the story was still in his head when he saw Daniel, and he might have then had some doubt about whether he should fire or not. But then when Daniel ran, he did fire. So I suppose I can kind of see that. I'm surprised there wasn't something that came through the Stargate. I'm not saying like a nuclear blast or something, but I don't know. I'm assuming they had quite a few explosions and things in this one, so maybe the budget was just used up quite a lot, so they didn't put anything at the end to save some money, perhaps. But I think that would have been nice to have seen something. Yeah, well, I'm interested to see the next. I know there's at least 2 episodes. I just can't remember how many more there are. So yeah, definitely interested to see the next few, leading up to obviously the season finale. So that should be quite interesting. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next one. Seeing you.